What's up, everybody? Puck Mike here, back with another video. Today I want to go through my collection and talk about some of the cards I still have, if I'm going to hold on to them, sell them, grade them, and the why behind my decision for each card. Before we get into it, if you want to see me open and talk about more hockey cards and follow me on this journey of hockey card collecting, go ahead, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on box breaks, in-depth card analysis, rookie spotlights, and so much more. You can also check out my other channel at Cardzu Sports Cards, where I share my experience selling mostly low-end sports cards on eBay. So these are the ones in my collection that I'm going to keep in my collection, with the exception of this one here. It's a UD game jersey of Chris Letang. Never been a huge Chris Letang fan, to be honest. Think he's a great player. I just haven't been that big of a fan, even though I'm a Penguins fan. Probably going to list this for maybe $3 or $4. Been holding on to it for a little while. Next up, we got 3 cards of Nico Dawes. We got a program of excellence here, the Canada Juniors. This one's numbered to, it's like 165. Then we got his Young Guns, and we got a little jersey card. I think he's actually hurt right now. I think New Jersey would have liked a little bit more signs that he was going to make the lineup sooner than he has. And of course, the injury's not going to help. But I still think he'll crack the lineup eventually. Still think he has upside as a good prospect. I didn't put these in the grading category because they're not the best condition. Especially the Young Guns here has some wear on the edges, I think. So there you go. You can see it on the back more. I think I'll just hold on to him for now. If he has a breakout year, I'll probably end up listing him on eBay. There we go. The Lafreniere. I'm sure everybody bought one of these. I don't think he's a bust, but would New York have looked silly now if they would have took Stützle instead of Lafreniere? Definitely not. I think he's still a great player, but I don't know if he's lived up to the hype as a #1 pick. I'm kind of just holding on to it at this point because I just want to say I have it in my collection. I think I paid like $80 for it. I'm never going to get that. And graded, wouldn't return a good grade. The edging isn't that great, so I'm just going to hold on to it for now. It's kind of just cool to have. This one here is probably my favorite card in my collection, not because of the player, but I just think it's a really cool card. Love this little auto here. Love the design. Love the jersey. Phillies actually had a good start to the year. It's numbered to 25. Maybe I'll grade this at some point. I don't know. I just think this is a really cool card. There's nothing wrong with having cards in your collection that you just like to have. You don't have to think about their investment potential. You can just have it because you think it's cool. So we'll keep that one. Byfield, kind of the same as Lafreniere. Had to buy one of these. He's starting to pick it up. He picked it up a little bit towards the end of last season, I think. I think he got on the first or second line maybe for some games. Dude's still pretty young. So, I mean, you got to remember, what, 21 years old? A lot to learn at that age. So, gonna hold it for now. Probably don't think I'll grade it, but hold on to it for now and see what happens. Kind of same here with Stützle. Edge work isn't great. Probably would not return a good grade. Especially on the back there on those corners. Cool to have though in the collection. Maybe I'll sell these 3 together at one point. Who knows? Alex Nylander, Young Guns. Also got an auto here numbered to 36 from the Cup. Still a prospect in the Penguin system. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, they're not great at letting those prospects get some NHL time lineup. Yeah, you can be on the first line in the AHL, score a bunch of points, but eventually you got to get into the NHL or you're just going to be labeled as a journeyman or full-time AHL player that plays a few NHL games here and there. I think he has a lot more potential to do that. I'm wondering if Pittsburgh is the right spot for that. Honestly hoping for the value of these cards and for his sake, he kind of gets traded to a roster that he can actually get time in the lineup. If that happens, I would probably sell this one at least. I actually think this is a really cool card. I don't even know if I'd sell it if he did have a lot of hype and I could get a lot for it maybe, but it's just a really cool card. And lastly, before we get into the ones that I'm grading, is our Taylor Gauthier Premium Auto Jersey. You can check out my latest video where I did the Prospect Watch. It's a new segment I'm doing where I talk about upcoming prospects and their hype and development and how that could impact their card sales now and down the road. This one again has some condition issues, so not sure I would grade it. Maybe sell it at some point down the road, who knows, but also just kind of a cool card, so gonna hold on to it for now. Those are the ones in my PC at the moment. Let's get into the ones that we're going to grade. First up, we got a Nick Suzuki Arctic Freeze 2122 Platinum numbered to 99. Pulled this out of a hobby box. Card cost $1.39. Recent eBay sale ungraded $12.42 with shipping. Graded, I don't see any recent sales on this one. I don't see any graded for sale either, so part of why I want to grade it because it looks like market supply is low. I already sent this one in for grading through SGC, so I don't have the cards in my hands, but $15 grade cost plus $15 shipping, so all in all $31.39 on the card. If I can get at least a 9 on the grade, which I think I will, projected sale price I'll put at $60. Hard to know for sure what the market's going to pay for it since there's no sales on it. Wouldn't be a bad return for my first ever graded card. Next time I'll probably do a bulk submission so that $15 shipping cost can be spread over the grading cost of a few cards at least. Same card, but 2021 of Josh Norris at a PSA 10 listed at $179. Pretty confident I can get a return here. Next up, 22-23 Jack Quinn OPG Marquee Rookie Rainbow rainbow green number to 33. Had this listed on my eBay for a minute. There's one out there now for about $100. One just sold for under 25. Way too low on that one in my opinion. Still some huge upside to Quinn. Card does have some wear on the edges. Hoping I can get at least a 9 with SGC. Card costs only 38 cents. With a 9 plus grade, I'll project a $100 sale price. That would pay for the grading and the cost of the hobby box I pulled this from as well. Next up, CHL Jordan Frosca Star Rookie Autograph. This is from 1819 CHL. Bought this card because he's a prospect in the Penguin system. Because last year in the OHL, he had a killer season. Hasn't done much in the AHL or ECHL yet. Mostly played in the ECHL so far. Low cost, $7.30 purchase on eBay back in 2022. I don't see any graded ones on eBay right now. The card by itself is selling for dirt cheap ungraded. You can get one for like $3. This isn't going to be one I'll sell right away. Condition's pretty good, so I expect a good grade. He's still mostly in the Penguins ECHL lineup. I mean, you at least eventually got to get some time in the AHL before people start taking you seriously, I think, as a prospect. Could be a bust, but people do collect autos and AHL cards. I think he'll make it to the AHL eventually. If he's made it to the NHL in a few years on the second or third line somewhere, projected sale price after grading, I'll give it $50. Next up, Ty Smith Young Guns. Today I wouldn't buy this card, I'll be honest with you. I bought this for $4.15 back when the Penguins acquired him. Thought he'd crack the lineup by now. He's definitely an NHL ready defenseman in my opinion. Roster's too crowded in Pittsburgh. If he has a shot at getting back to the NHL, his best bet is to be traded. But the card's in good condition. He's only 23. There's a KSA 9.5. KSA is out of Canada for my US followers. Sold for about $15 with shipping recently. You can get an SGC 10 for $60 from ComC. Smith has already played in the NHL, so he's kind of burned up his AHL prospect on the bubble hype in my opinion. But I think he'll get back on a roster by next year sometime, and I should be able to get a good return in 2 or 3 years. Projected sale price, I'll give a $70 after grading. Next up, Mr. Marc-Andre Fleury. Here was some prospects from 2004 in the game. Honestly, can't remember where I pulled this from. A few packs at the beginning of my collecting journey. I didn't log on my spreadsheet where I pulled them from, so card cost I'll estimate at $2. I think it was on a loose pack, to be honest with you. If I grade 15 cards on one submission, that puts the $15 shipping fee at 1 per card, plus $15 for grading this card, so here we'd be $18 all in. I don't see any graded with this specific design. Same set, different photo, just sold for $17. Fleury stuff doesn't sell that hot, to be honest. Got a PSA 9 from ComC going for 23 and some change. This card's not a 10. Could be a 9. If I get 25 for it, I'd at least get a return. Honestly, I don't think Fleury's value is going to come back until he retires. Maybe if he gets into the Hall of Fame. Depending on the grade, we'll probably hold on to it for a while. Projected sale price after retirement, I'll go at $30 on this one. Next up, 2 cards from Mac Guzda. Card costs $3.22 on the 20-year card, $2.19 on the other. No graded sales or listings for either one of these. Both cards going for about $2 to $3 ungraded. He's off the radar, undrafted, 22 years old. The Penguins almost signed him, actually, I think. 16-9-3 in the AHL last year. I expect a good year this year and a contract renewal next year. Sale projection after grading at least $20 for each card if I can get a 9 or more. Might be able to get more than 20 if he has a good year this year and gets into some NHL games this year or next, but we'll see what happens with him. Next up, we got Philip Gustafson Young Guns. 52 cents on the card cost. PSA 10's going for around $60. Looking at just under half of that for a 9. Now these are PSA grades too, so they might bring in a little bit more than an SGC, although I will be new to grading with this whole process, so I don't have a ton of data to back that up. I just know PSA is kind of the standard in the market. Projected sale on this, I'd say at least $25. It should be able to get me a decent return given the low cost I paid for it. Next up, we got a Zaid Wisdom numbered to 25. AHL standouts. Looks like a gold card here from 2021 AHL. Still just 21 years old. Round 4 draft pick. Stats don't jump off the page with this guy. Totally just banking that he turns out decent enough to make the sales bump here. No recent sales for graded versions, but non-graded looking at $20 to $30. With a grade on it, I project a $60 sale, which would get me a good return on this one. Next up, I think this card is so cool. The auto is amazing on this. Got a John LeClair auto. 1999 tops. 41 cents on the card cost. Pulled this from a box myself that I bought on eBay. Nothing graded out there for these. Ungraded one just sold for $11. I don't think LeClair stuff demands too much. Condition's really good on this one though, so I'm projecting a $40 sale at least once it's graded. Next up, we got our Young Guns Legend Canadian Exclusives Joe Sakic number to 25 on the Quebec Nordiques. Pulled this from a loose hobby pack, I think, during my loose hobby pack eBay series, so was kind of surprised on that. 37 cents on the card cost. Nothing out there by way of grading, but one for sale here for $650. It's probably way too high ungraded, but I project $350 sale on this after grading. Really like this one. I'm really curious to see what grade I get on it. Corners don't look mint, so I would say 9 or 9.5 hopefully. Next up, Nick Lardis. Couldn't find any of these on eBay with this color parallel. Only 18 years old, drafted by Chicago this year actually. He actually has decent stats in the OHL. Kind of surprised he didn't go until round 3. Projected sales after grading, I'd say $250. Hard to know how he's going to turn out, but definitely going to hold on to this one for a while after grading. If he breaks out in the NHL, it's only going to drive the price up. Alex took authentic signatures, 21-22 SP hockey. Card cost 42 cents, ungraded, not selling for much, but I think I can get a good return graded. I project $60 sale on this one. Keandre Miller, Young Guns, really not selling for much graded. PSA 10 just went for under 60. I think he might have had a lot of hype at one point, but he's just not demanding too much with some of his cards. $1.18 on the card cost for me. I'd project $25 on the sale price after grading. We got a best in the world Sidney Crosby. Hard to know with some of these refractor type cards what the grade will be. You can't tell where there's scratches. There's some scratches on the penny sleeve right now. There's a couple of graded ones with an auto. These are selling for insane amounts. I mean, like close to 1,000 or above 1,000, I think. There's no auto on this one. Ungraded, probably fetch $4 or $5 by itself. Graded, I'll put probably $30 on this one. Philip Gustafson, 2021 AHL auto, $14.84. Bought this off of eBay by itself. Cost is a little bit higher than the card cost of the others. Nothing out there graded, but ungraded, $20. Graded one without the auto here, about $14. And that's a KSA 10. I still think his best days are ahead of him, but probably not going to get a huge return on this one, to be honest. I'd project a $30 sale after grading. Next up, we got a 1-of-1 printing plate here. A yellow printing plate. I'm not sure how to say that name. 21-22 CHL hockey. I was surprised to see he was undrafted still. 19 years old. Decent stats in the WHL. Blue version ungraded went for $16. Definitely not going to sell yet until I grade it. Would hope he gets drafted this year to up the hype around him. So I'd say $50 sale price after grading. Next up, Daniel Hauser. I also think he was undrafted, 19 years old. Killer season in the WHL the last couple seasons. 46 cents on the card cost. I didn't see anything graded, but selling for about $6 ungraded. I think I can get $40 out of this one is all said and done. It is number to 100, so I feel good about that one. Next up, Alex Newhook, SP Rookie Authentics number to 25, and it's an autograph. A lot of different versions of this parallel out there on eBay. Not numbered here, going for $19. Luckily, this one is numbered to 25. I'm going to say I can get $70 out of this after grading. It's just a cool looking card. Condition looks great. Hopefully, I get a good grade on this one. Next up, Upper Deck Ice Sidney Crosby Clear Cut. Not going for much, ungraded. I think I can fetch at least $30 on this depending on the grade. It's not a super unique card, but clear cuts usually demand a little bit more. And going into his last few years playing and into his retirement, people are going to want to buy his memorabilia, so I think I could get a return on this one. The Floors Farewell. Quebec Nordiques. Actually had two of these. I listed the other one ungraded. Pulled this from an older set. I think the cost per card was something like 16 cents. Gem Mint 10 just went for $37. There's actually some of these listed. KSA 9.5 here around $23. I think I can fetch $30 on this one. But that card cost should be a good return. And last up, we got a Violet Pixels Nils Lundqvist Marquee Rookies, numbered to 299 from 21-22 OBG Platinum. I paid about 70 cents per card in the box I pulled this from. It's going for around $10 ungraded on eBay. I think he's yet to bloom for a round one pick, but he still is only 23. I'd project $50 sale price on this after grading. If I get a 10 on it, probably even more. That's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Wanted to go through some cards in my collection. When I first started out collecting, I was just collecting a bunch of cards and saving a whole bunch of them, but I dwindled that down a lot, so there's very few cards I actually have in my PC. That's these ones right here. That's always changing over time, what you want to collect, what you don't want to collect. And this will be my first time grading cards and seeing how they sell in the market, how the grading process works. It's been a lot of fun so far, so wanted to share that process with you. Of course, if you want to see me open and talk about more hockey cards and follow me on this journey of hockey card collecting, go ahead, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on box breaks, in-depth card analysis, rookie spotlights, and so much more. And you can also check out my other channel at Cardzu Sports Cards, where I share my experience selling mostly low-end sports cards on eBay. Thank y'all for watching, and yeah, I'll check you later.